Hey there, welcome to the video. Today I'm going to be showing you 3 different activity book niches that can make you over $50,000 per month if you just published one book in each niche. And the best part about this is that these books are actually pretty simple to make. So it's a beginner-friendly way to start making a passive income with self-publishing. So if this sounds interesting to you, feel free to stick around. But before that, hey guys, my name is Jeff, and this channel is all about becoming self-sufficient when it comes to making money online. And right now we're talking about low and medium content publishing on Amazon KDP. So if this sounds interesting to you, feel free to hit that subscribe button and that notification bell so you never miss a new video. With that being said, let's get started. Now, the first niche that we have is the kawaii coloring book niche. And the first thing that I noticed is a niche score of 66, which is good, but it has over 3,000 results, 3,732 results to be exact, which is a little bit too high for my liking. Now, when I'm doing niche research and trying to validate a niche, I look for 3 specific requirements. Number 1 is the search results. I'm looking for about 1,000 search results or below. Number 2, I look for 3 books that I'm competing with that all have a BSR or a bestsellers rank of 300,000 or below. And number 3, I look for a niche score provided by a plugin that I use of at least 50 and above. Now, the plugin that I'm using to find the niche score, as well as all this information that you see in the purple boxes, comes from Titans Quick View, which is from Self-Publishing Titans. They actually have 2 free plugins that you can download. So go ahead and feel free to download those so you can see exactly what I'm seeing. But as we can see, this has 3,000 results for kawaii coloring book. If we go through the rest of the requirements, it has a niche score of 66, which is above the 50. And if we scroll through the listings here to look for 3 books that are KDP books, meaning they're independently published, we're going to find one right here that's under 300,000. It's 37,000. We have another book here at 26,000. And another book here at 1,275. So as you can see, there's actually quite a few books here that are ranking well below 300,000 BSR, which tells me that there's really high demand for this niche. Now, all we have to do is to niche down further to get these search results lower to our target of about 1,000 or below. So I went ahead and did a little bit of niching down. I found kawaii coloring book for kids ages 4 to 8. And as we can see, it has a niche score of 56. So that's above the 50 that we're looking for. It has 664 results, which is below the 1,000 that we're looking for. And if we go through the listing here of the first page, we're going to see this book right here at 169,000. So that's below 300,000. Another one right here at 32,000. Another one right here at 51,000. Another one right here at 52,000. So out of these top 5 books, 4 of them are already below the 300,000. And if we scroll down some more, we can see a lot more books here that are well below the 300,000 BSR rank, which means that there's still very high demand for this specific keyword. So now we know that this specific keyword in this sub niche is going to have less competition, but still high demand, which is going to mean that there's a good potential to be quite profitable. Now, whenever you're publishing on Amazon KDP, the first thing that you want to do is your niche research. And what do I mean by that? Well, what I mean is finding out if the niche that you're going to get into is going to be something that's worth it and something that's profitable. In other words, I'm talking about niche validation. And on top of that, you're going to want to find the keywords that are going to go into your title, your subtitle, and those pesky back-end keywords that are going to give you the best chance at ranking on the first page of Amazon and even ranking on the first page of Google. So here we are on Google, and I did a search term for kawaii coloring book. And as we can see, the first thing that comes up are images, but a lot of these images are actually Amazon listings. For example, this one right here, this one right here, as well as this kawaii coloring book right here. And then if we scroll down a little bit more, we have some more images of Amazon listings like this one and this one. Here is the search term for kawaii coloring book for Amazon. And then if we scroll down a little bit more, we're gonna have this book right here that's actually listed on the first page of Google for this search term, which is giving it more visibility, which means more clicks, which means more sales. Now, if we do a Google Trends search for kawaii coloring, we can see for the past 5 years, the trend for this keyword, and it's actually getting more popular as the years go by, which is actually a good sign for this type of activity book. Now, if we go back to Amazon and look at some of the books here. Let's take this one right here with the bestsellers badge, this creepy cutie kawaii coloring book. As we can see, it has a BSR of 1,275 and is priced at $7.99. So if we go ahead and check out this book, we can see it has a 4.8 out of 5-star rating out of 80 ratings overall. It has the bestsellers badge, which actually helps it get more sales. And in the book, it has 50 unique illustrations. So I'm guessing this is about 100 pages, which is 108 pages, single-sided, 8.5 by 11. And if we look at the historical BSR, or the bestsellers rank, we can see for the last 30 days how it's performing. So if we go back 90 days, 6 months, we can see from when it was published in January of this year, how well it's doing. So as you can see, as the months go by, the rankings just continue to drop. And around April of this year, it's kind of maintained this BSR of below 1,000. Now, if we scroll down and look at some of the A+ content, so we can see a little bit of the interior, we can see that here is what makes up this type of book. We have some simple kawaii coloring pages right here, which I'm going to show you how you can actually make pretty soon here. And you can see there's a little bit more information, 8.5 by 11, single-sided pages. And then we can see a little bit of the reviews with the images here. So what it looks like when it's finished. So here's an example of one. Here's another one, another one, another one, and there's this one right here. Now, if we go ahead and look at the sample, we can see that the cover is basically just one of the interior pages that have been colored in with a nice font for the title. And then the first page is right here. And then here's a little bit of how the book works. And then if we scroll down to try to find one of the images, we can see here's a belongs to page with a simple image right here. And then a test color page. And then some of the interiors are actually on the back cover, so we can see and get an idea of what the book looks like if we're going to try to compete with this type of book. Now, if we take the bestsellers rank of 1,275 and put it into a sales calculator to see how much this book is earning, we're going to see that this book sells about 123 units per day, which is 3,690 units per month. And in royalty terms, it's $325 a day and $9,756 per month. So to earn almost $10,000 from just one simple book is actually quite exciting. Now, how to make these type of interiors? Well, there's a couple different ways to do this. Now, the first way to do this is actually to hire someone. So you can go to fiverr.com and search up kawaii coloring and look at the gigs and find one that you like. There's actually a lot here to choose from. You can see this one right here. This one does kawaii Halloween. This one does custom kawaii doodles, which is actually pretty neat. And there's even people here that make the book covers for the kawaii coloring books. So if we take this one, for example, so these are the type of interiors this person does. So for $10, you'll get 2 character designs. For $35, you get 10 character designs. And for $45, you'll get the 15 character designs, which is actually quite pricey. Now, if you don't want to spend that much money, you can go to a site like Creative Fabrica, where you can find all these cute kawaii coloring pages here for a fraction of the cost. And so here I searched up kawaii coloring and then I filtered it by coloring pages. And so you can see all of these kawaii coloring pages that come up, and you can just pick and choose. You can mix and match. You can download these and make edits to them, and you can do whatever you please to create an original coloring book for your customer. Now, if you're going the route of Creative Fabrica, what I suggest is to not download one specific interior and then just upload it onto KDP, because I don't want you getting into the issue of duplicate content with Amazon. Instead, what I suggest is to go ahead and download multiple interiors and pick and choose images, mix and match images, as well as upload them to a free program like Canva and add elements to make them more custom and more original to you, and something that's not going to be the same as everything else out there on Amazon. Now, the next niche is called the dot markers activity book. And as you can see here, it has over 1,000 search results, which is actually 1,296. But that's still good enough for our first requirement. It has a niche score of 72, which is well above the 50 that we're looking for. And if we scroll down the listings here, we're going to see here's one book ranking it at 7,000. So that's book number 1. Book number 2 here, ranking it at 7,000 as well. Book number 3, ranking it at 2,000. Book number 4, ranking it at 3,000. So these first 4 books are all KDP books, ranking well below the 300,000 BSR. If If we scroll down a little bit more, we're going to see some more books here, 6,000, 17,000, 35,000, 54,000. There's a lot of KDP books here that are ranking really, really well, which means there's a lot of demand for this niche. If we do a Google search for dot marker activity books, we're going to see all of the Amazon listings here on the first page. For example, this one, and this one right here. And then there's this book, this Do a Dot Art Coloring Books for Kids, that is right here on the first page of Google, which is giving it more visibility, which leads to more clicks, which leads to more sales. We have some more books here on Amazon. Actually, all these are all Amazon. And then here's another Amazon listing on the first page of Google. If we do a Google Trends search for dot coloring, we can see the trend for the past 5 years. And for the past 2 years, we can see that the trend is actually going up, which means that this type of book is getting more popular, which is a good sign if you want to make this type of book. Now, if we go back to Amazon and look at a book as an example, let's check out this one right here, this dot markers activity book, price of $6.99, and what looks like to be a 5-star rating. So to be more specific, it's a 4.8 out of 5-star rating with 468 ratings overall. And we can see this contains 50 large, funny pictures with large dots to color in. So if you're just reading this description, you're already going to know that these are going to be pretty simple interior pages to make. And if we read more right here, we can see that this is an 8.5 by 11 inch book that is recommended for children aged 2 to 5 years old. If we scroll down and look at the historical BSR or bestsellers rank, we can see for the last 30 days how well it's doing. And for the last 90 days, 6 months, to a year, and even all time, we can see that this book was published back in January 2023 and is actually maintained a very low BSR for the last couple years. And it doesn't seem to be slowing down any so whatsoever. If we scroll down to look if they have any A+ content, yes, there is. So this A+ content is actually going to help your book sell a little bit more because it's going to give your customer a little bit more insight into what your book looks like, and it's going to look a little bit more professional than the other listings out there that don't have this A+ content. And if you want to know how to make A+ content, click somewhere around this screen, or I'm going to leave the link down below for you to check out my video. But we can see what type of interior this is. It's a very simple interior here. I reckon it's probably just a simple coloring page with circles inside the coloring images for where the markers are supposed to be colored in. And you can even see images of what the dot markers look like. So that helps the customer as well. And then listings of other books this publisher has, which can basically cross-sell your customer into buying more of your books. Now, if we take the bestsellers rank of 2,413 and put into a sales calculator to see the estimated sales, we're going to see with a price of $6.99, this book profits about $2.04 for every book that is sold, which is selling 77 units a day and 2,310 units per month. And in money terms, that's $157 in daily royalties and $4,721 in monthly royalties. Now, just like the last book, if you go to Fiverr.com and look at the gigs, you can find a lot of gigs here that make the interiors for this dot markers activity book. For example, we have this one right here, priced at $15. Most of them are priced at $15. We have one here that's priced at $10, but let's just go ahead and look at the Fiverr's choice right here. So if we look through his pictures, we can see a little bit more about his gig. We see the type of interior that he makes and a little bit about the gig. So he can do events as well as animals. And then here for the pricing, $15 gives you 20 pages with commercial rights. The standard for $30 gives you one cover design and 80 pages with commercial usage rights, so 40 dot markers. And then the premium for $120 gives you 3 cover designs and 165 pages of dot marker interior pages. So if I was doing this, I would go with the $30 for the 80 pages, which is 40 dot marker interior pages, because it includes the cover design as well. Now, if you don't want to pay $30 for someone to make your interior for you, you can go to Creative Fabrica, and here are the dot markers interior pages from Creative Fabrica. You can see there's a bunch right here. We have some with letters. We have this one that is themed for summer. We have these ones that are space themed, sea animals, we have farm animals, Christmas types, Easter, vehicles, dinosaurs, fish, llamas, alphabet, vehicles. So there's a plethora, there's a huge variety of interior pages on Creative Fabrica. And once again, if you're going to go through the route of Creative Fabrica, I suggest that you don't upload these interiors as is. Instead, download a bunch of these interiors and mix and match, and then upload them to a free program like Canva and add elements and change the design a little bit so it becomes more original and a little bit more custom to you and something that's not being recycled on Amazon for everyone else to see and to buy. Now, the last niche is the how to draw books for kids. As we can see here, it has a niche score of 70, which is above the 50 that we're looking for, but it has over 4,000 search results, which is a little bit high. But if we're gonna go look through the listings on Amazon, we're gonna see here's one book at 23,000. Here's another book at 388. Another book here at 4,295. So there's already 3 books that are ranking below the 300,000 BSR, which means that there's demand for this niche. Now, all we have to do is niche down to get this 4,000 to about 1,000 and below. So I went ahead and niched down. I found how to draw books for kids 4 to 6. A niche score here of 61, which is above the 50 that we're looking for. And we have 1,342 search results. So that is acceptable to me because it's about 1,000 search results and below. And then if we go down the listing here, we're going to see that here's one book ranking at 752. Another book here at 1,407. Another book here that's ranking at 391. Another book right here that's ranking it at 1,223. And so there's already many books here that are ranking below the 300,000 BSR, which tells me that this keyword and this sub niche satisfies all 3 of my requirements, which means that there's high demand, low competition, and possibly potential for profit in this sub niche. Now, if we do a Google search for how to draw books for kids, we're going to see, just like the other 2 niches, that there's going to be a lot of Amazon listings here on the first page of Google. Here we have the search term best children's drawing books, which shows up a bunch of these type of books. But if we scroll down, we can see specifically here's one how to draw books for kids. So this book is getting increased visibility on the first page of Google. We can see some images here that some of them are Amazon listings. If we do a Google Trends search for how to draw a book, we're going to see for the past 5 years, it has been relatively stable. But for the past year, we can see that the trend is going up, which is really good if you want to publish a book in this type of niche. Now, if we go back to Amazon and look at a book as an example, let's take this book right here, How to Draw Everything 300 Drawings Books for Kids. It has the best sellers badge, which is helping it with its sales, and a rank of 388. So let's go ahead and take a look at this book. We can see this book has a 4.8 rating out of 5, almost 1,000 ratings overall, and it was just published November 18, 2023. So this is a fairly new book, which just goes to show you that you can still rank very low on Amazon KDP, even in 2024. This has a #1 bestsellers badge, which is obviously helping it with its sales. And if we look a little bit more, it has 300 drawings. So that equates to 110 pages. And if we scroll a little down to look at the historical bestsellers rank, we can see how well it's doing the last 30 days, the last 90 days, and the last 6 months, which it was published in November 2023. And as you can see in Q4, it really boomed because since December, it's maintained about the same rank of about less than 400 BSR. Now, if we scroll down, look at the A+ content to see a little bit more of the interiors, here's what the interior looks like. It is just an image that is cut up into pieces that create a how to draw image. And then if we scroll down, here's another listing of their book. So they have 2 books that are doing really, really well, which we're actually going to see how much this book is making right now. So if we take the bestsellers rank of 388, and put it into a book sales calculator to see the estimated sales, we're going to see with the price of $10.90 that this book is profiting pretty well per book at $4.37 per book. So this book is selling 279 times per day, which is 8,370 times per month. And in dollars term, that is $1,219 per day. And get this, that's $36,576 per month in passive monthly royalties. So if we add up all of the royalties for all 3 books, we get a daily royalty of $1,701 per day and over $50,000 per month at $51,053 a month in passive monthly royalties. Now, I hope you see the potential of KDP, and why I love publishing low and medium content books on Amazon KDP is because of the potential of making this type of income. Now, disclaimer, you're probably not going to hit this type of income, but the possibility and the potential is still there. And people are still making a lot of money with KDP producing just simple types of books like these. Now, if you're going to make this type of interior, just like the past two niches, you can use Fiverr.com and just find the gigs that you like. For example, here's one right here that will create a learn to draw step-by-step book interior for as low as $5. So we can see a little bit about this gig. Here are the interiors, just simple animals. Here's a coffee bag right here, a teapot, a fairy. So for $5, they're gonna give you 4 pages. $30 are going to give you 25 pages, and for $70, which is basically the full book that you need, they're going to give you 60 pages, which is going to be about a 120-page book with all of these interiors already set done for you. Now, if you don't want to pay $70 for the interiors, you can still go to Creative Fabrica, and for the fraction of that price, you can find these how to draw images and interiors here on Creative Fabrica. For example, we have how to draw cute stuff, how to draw animals, how to draw everything, how to draw Easter bunnies, kawais, monsters, flowers and plants, anime eyes, people, summer stuff, frogs, ducks, mermaids, and so on and so forth, which is actually my recommendation, is to use Creative Fabrica and mix and match images so that you can make an original book. Now, if you want to check out Creative Fabrica for yourself and access all of these interior pages, I'll leave the link down below in the description box. Make sure to check it out and go ahead and start creating a book for KDP so you can start making some passive income today. With that being said, that's it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it, and hopefully you're able to implement it into your low and medium content publishing on Amazon KDP. If you have any questions, let me know down below. And if you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe and turn on that notification bell so you never miss a new video. With that being said, thanks for watching. Bye for now.